Let me, INDEE.
From the Comics Newsroom, it's time to get you wired in and get your daily dose of the comics news, hosted by Mr. Anderson, who is the unboxable, uncanny, advocating creator who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish monsters and more. Join him and his co-hosts as they give you the news coming off the COMiXNewsWire. Brought to you in association with ComicBookAdvocates.com is the global digital Comic-Con, but it's more than that, and you can be more too. Be more than just a fan. Become an advocate for comics like ComicBookAdvocates.com is for their creators, for their crowdfunding, for the very books they're creating, because we love comics. Subscribe to IndieVolt.com to recharge your fandom and to get an education. Be sure to check out all of the Indie Vault programming on the Nines with hosts like Randy Zimmerman, The Kid, Varian Grant, The Indie Princess, with more hosts and shows to come. Hello! What is going on, you amazing advocating creators? Today's a special edition. Today we launch for the first time, and I'm going to get my co-host in here. I'm running a little behind, nothing major, but we're going to be joined by, oops, I got the wrong link for him. We're going to be joined by the one, the only Demon Phil. So we're going to have him in the studio in just a few minutes. He's going to be talking to us about some stuff. How's everyone doing? How are you crazy kids? You great fans, you. All right, so we're going to talk about some Kickstarter stuff. We're going to talk about the newsroom. As a matter of fact, let's head over to our newsroom. And of course, today's about Kickstarters, right? But we're going to still check out some news. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's check out some news. We'll go over here. We'll use our Safari link. And we also want to mention the Geek Insider connection that we have. We're still waiting for their bump, but I want to give them the love that they deserve. They are, of course, and very importantly, not only are we in association with the one, the only Indie Vault, which we're very proud of. Oh, we didn't run an important thing. So let me run something important because this is very important. Ready? The opinions expressed in the following broadcast are not necessarily those of Indie Vault Media LLC, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. Viewer discretion is advised. And just in perfect timing, the reason we had to put that up is because Demon Phil is here. We wanted everyone to know whatever he says he owns. Good morning, Demon Phil. Tell us what's going on. Tell him who you are. Let me bring you up on the big Titantron here.
All right, just make sure my hair looks okay whenever I get up here. Demon Phil here with the Demon Nation. So I have got a few shows that I do. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Hell of a Show with Demon Phil. And then on Fridays, I'm going to be starting off with Comic Legion. That starts this Friday, so that actually starts day after tomorrow. And then on Saturdays, I have Unscripted, which is on YouTube only, so that we can get away with a little bit more on that one. And I'm also branching off into marketing, promoting, consulting, and managing. So if you're interested in your crowdfunding campaigns having a little bit of flair to them, look me up.
All right. And also tell them about that YouTube channel.
So the YouTube channel is Demon Nation. So you see right down here where it's got my name and Demon Nation on there. Look up Demon Nation on YouTube, and you can find over there. That also has my Facebook page, and my Facebook group is under Demon Nation as well.
All right. And do you have any news for us on your particular projects that you're associated with right now? Or is that all still coming? Is there any project that you're particularly promoting today?
So the main one that I am working with right now, that I am actively working with, is actually a regular who you know as well, which is Michael Oden with Nine Realms Publishing. Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit is slated to release September 22nd, and I am running the marketing campaign for the publishing company now.
Oh, wow. That is pretty cool news. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of information that's being posted on the page. We're trying to keep up with it daily, but it's not working out completely daily because we're getting new information that cannot be posted just yet, and I'm having to be cautious with that.
Isn't that the way? All right, so real quick, we're just going to go over some news that you can probably see tomorrow because we want to get into the crowdfunding aspects. We have a full slate today. Lex Luthor of the Endless, are 20 to 25% off DC Comics losing money? Are the 20 to 25% off? So of DC Comics. So that was because a lot of those got canceled. And we have the X-Men on the problems of bringing people back from the dead. And this is interesting. The Max. For those who don't know, my son's name is Jax, Jaxx. I actually added the extra X because of my love for the character of the Max. And there was a point where we were going to call him Jackson, but it was still going to be a double X. So, I thought it was cool. So that's how much that character means to me. And Aftershock announces Lovecraftian horror series. Lovecraft seems to be in everything lately. It seems to be a big deal. It's another one of those trends. And, trends can be good and bad. So this is a wave that everyone seems to want to ride. We appreciate you all who show up to these shows and tell us what we really should be looking at. Because believe it or not, you fans are the barometer. You tell us when you're tired of something. And having a show like this is awesome because you guys get to tell me ahead of everyone else. So, yeah, I dig it. I like the fact that you guys tell me ahead of everyone else what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. So, all right. So we're going to start up the Kickstarter pause theme music. You're going to be the first one to see it, Demon Phil, as a judge. Because now we're calling you guys the judges. That's right. Demon Phil gets to be the first judge on Backer Pause. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. What the hell is Backer Pause? Welcome to Backer Pause. What is Backer Pause? Well, it's when we get judges who are creators to sit down and watch crowdfunding videos that we are proudly advocating for on comicbookadvocates.com. And they hit pause when they lose interest in the videos that we are watching and experience Backer Pause. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans of the viewers and what works and does not work for their videos. Want to be a judge? Are you ready to play? Welcome to Backer Pause. And all the music we use, by the way, I love that music. It reminds me of, if you're a Black Sabbath fan, you'll know the song I'm talking about. There's a Black Sabbath song. It's, oh, wow. The name is eluding me at the moment. What is it? It's an in-between. It's an interlude between War Pigs and something else, but it has a very specific name. I'll look it up later. Either way, that beat really got to me when I heard it. I get all my music, by the way, from YouTube's free library of music. I suggest everyone do that. Stay safe. Don't ruin your reputation by stealing someone else's hard work. Get the copyright-free version of all the songs that you can. And Demon Phil, do you think you can take on the actions of a judge during this program? Are you able and willing to judge other people's projects?
Well, I mean, I don't have my gavel and my robe and everything, but I think I'll be able to go ahead and move,
We're going to have to get a digital GIF of a gavel when someone hits it. Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. But the reason we renamed it Backer Pause, too, I know a lot of people were used to Kickstarter Pause. First off, Kickstarter Pause never sounded like a great name. Now, we literally made the name of the show and also action. The minute you stop the video, you're having Backer Pause sometimes. Sometimes not. Sometimes you've heard enough, and we're going to hear from Phil today just what it was. But because we're in this new 1 hour format, you can hear me talking a lot faster today, and there's thunderstorms above me, so I'm trying to hope we don't lose power today, because Florida, yay. And if we do, Demon Phil just gets to talk for like 20 minutes until I figure out how to get back online. Demon Phil will be like, well, it's my show now. Welcome to Demon Phil. All
But I'm
right.
so shy.
So everyone has signed the waiver. Everyone, we do have a waiver, and no, I'm not going to read it on the air. They approved it, so that's all that matters. We tell them what we're going to happen to them. So this is God's hand. By the way, this is we didn't put it up because honestly, we just reset the whole room. But this would be a last rites video. So because it's a last rites video, as long as it gets 2 minutes for free, and then after 2 minutes, Demon Phil would be able to veto it. Now, I haven't listened to every song because these all happen. I mean, the videos, I'm seeing them for the first time too. So I'm going to have Shazam playing. And if anyone's using music that gets me to be in trouble, I'm coming for you. It's like flat out. I'm coming for you. I'm trusting that none of you use copyrights. So help me. If the powers of Shazam tell me you did wrong, you're in trouble. Now, in fairness, sometimes we don't get copyright strikes, but we get your song is your video is now being monetized by someone else. Have you ever gotten that one, Phil? Yeah. So,
Not yet, no.
Oh, you'll get it when you play these because I know Demon's going to be showing some Kickstarter videos on his own on his channel, and you don't realize it. My best suggestion to you is Shazam is your best friend for trying to figure it out. But then if you don't know who the artist is, look it up. Sometimes it's royalty-free music that you can get tagged with, and you have to argue with YouTube so YouTube knows you're paying attention.
Gotcha.
So with that in mind, and I've educated you all. So you don't understand. You all put this stupid music in that gets us in trouble. You're getting us in trouble. I don't care about your rep. I care about my own. And I can't stress this enough, and I'll let this be the last learning lesson for this moment. We lost our YouTube channel's membership. Like we had 3 copyright strikes thanks to this, because a few years ago it was a lot more rampant. I have to give creators credit. They learned, they got better, they've been doing better. But 3 years ago we had 1,000 subscribers ripped from us on YouTube because they got rid of every subscriber. I was like, shit, that's rough. And I didn't rebuild the YouTube channel. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to rebuild my YouTube channel anymore. I might be switching over to using someone else's and just use our advocating one for panels because, man, my heart was broken. I just can't, man. I can't do it anymore. My heart's been broken. All right, so let's see if this video can make my heart less broken.
Every hero has their weakness. When a dragon interrupts a joyous moment.
Oh, if you want to pause, you can just lift your hands. I'm paying attention to you. I forgot to tell you that.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, I just have to pause right now because our friend Shazam said that this is a copyrighted song. I have to look up the royalties now. Now it's called Skin Gold Sweat, so I haven't heard this on the local radio. So I have a good feeling that we're going to be okay on this. Is this royalty free? Yeah, Gold Sweat, SWEAT. See, this is. I hope you're all learning now. This is what we have to do, and I'm going to make you all watch as I look this up from now on. So, Demon Phil, what do you think so far?
I mean, I'm actually a backer on it. I believe in the project. I have kind of vested in it a little bit differently because I did a review on this book 2 months back. So he's putting it on crowdfunding for the first time, but he's had the book out for a while. He was going to cons, and then whenever cons got shut down, of course, he's trying to get it out there. So, yeah, I really enjoy this book.
All right, so we cannot confirm whether this is or is not royalty-free music. So what we'll do, just to be nice, is we'll let the rest of the video play. Again, I'm sorry, if we can't confirm it, we can't take the chance. We can't take the hit. So we'll show off the art. Can you tell us a little bit something about the book since you know about this?
So it's kind of, I don't know how to put this exactly. It's not your basic supernatural book with gods and things like that. From what the first book is, and this is without spoilers on there, you have a man who has powers and abilities and things that people aren't aware of where he lives until a dragon comes in and tries to, destroy the town, and he has to go ahead and slay the dragon with his bare hands. So that's only one part of it. It's whenever you get to the end of the book whenever my jaw hit the ground and everyone else's that's going to be reading this as well. So you definitely want to give this a shot. It's an amazing story of just the buildup into it. If I'm not mistaken, it is about 28 or 30 pages, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. But the artwork is amazing. The panels are spot on because there's just so much artwork that's in there, and it's not your basic 9-panel setups. And yeah, it's amazing the way that he did it. Eric Dominguez did this one.
And I apologize that we couldn't confirm or not confirm because it is on sale, unfortunately, in the Amazon store. So because of that, we're going to have to. And I'm not saying in this case that sounds like a song that might have just been also misrecognized, which does happen. But we have to always side on the air of caution. All right, so here's NK. And we got to set up our friend Shazam. Let's see. Oh, I have the music down. All right, since there's nothing really being said, let's talk over the video and talk about what we're seeing. What are you thinking?
The artwork looks good. The animation setup that they're trying to go for on here is a little bit much. If they would go more with just the artwork and kind of show it off, I think it would be a little bit better on that. I do like that they're putting the subtitle thing on there where they're just captioning on what it is instead of having somebody talk about it, because we've talked about that several times on the show. Show the sizzle, not the the sizzle needs to be on there, but the steak needs to be showing.
Yep.
But I mean, I like the artwork, what it looks like. It's not. It needs to draw me in. It needs to really pull me in from the video itself to find out exactly what's going on with this. From what I'm seeing, it's a futuristic, and that's all I'm really gathering. I'm not really seeing exactly what else is going on with this one, and I'd like to see more because the artwork is on point. I actually like the art.
So here, let me see if I can make this better for you. I'm going to use my announcer voice. Tell me if this would this make it more exciting for you? Let's see here. Let's see if I can coax you. Here we go. In a land of Tessia. Too slow. They have to go quick with these. The secrets of an ancient war. Do people read this slow, Demon? Are laid bare. Oh, so there's some Egyptian stuff in there. That's pretty cool. That's tight. I like that Egyptian stuff because it makes you think like if there have been aliens in the universe the whole time.
Right.
A warrior is born. This is the tale of a power. A tale of struggle. And a goddess. Her name is Anarchy. See, doesn't that make it more interesting? I am available for voiceovers for those who are wondering. I can make your Kickstarter pop because I have that, amazing voice. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're going to get 1,000 backers now. 1,000 backers.
Exactly.
No, I liked it because when you look at it, a little bit more pacing, like you said, like get us there faster.
Right.
Just like she said, get us there faster. All right. This is from our friend Todd Black. He presents. By the way, that was brought to us by Ian Ejo. And above, we already said who above was. I just want you guys to know that. And this runs out on the 26th of August. Don't wait too long. This is Tokyo Blade Detectives number 3 from Todd Black. This ends on August 31st. Let's take a look. All right. Go for it, Todd.
Hello again. I am Todd Black, the creator of Tokyo Blade Detectives, and I welcome you to the Kickstarter for Tokyo Blade Detectives number 3. Now, if you've been with us since the beginning, you know that we've taken you on quite a little adventure here in our version of Tokyo. And issue number 3 is going to continue that adventure in a big way. Now, in issue number 2, and thank you to all of you who helped make that a big success, we saw that Miko found her
I'm going to have to pause.
in regards to Toshiro.
I want to know, Todd, are you moving or did someone break into your house? I'm concerned. Send me a message. Send me a message, Todd. I mean, look, Todd, I'm picking on you a little bit. I've seen your other videos. What's up with the house today? Like, I mean, you're shooting a video. You should have had your backdrop up, buddy, if your house is going to be in a little bit of disarray. And he could be sending out books. You know, we all get busy in life, but, like, you can't see the floor on purpose because there's things living on the floor.
Right.
Every so often I beat it down, stick it in the washer, and kill it all. So, like, I understand that's why that we're aiming up, guys. So don't do this for your video. Todd's a great guy, but, like, I mean, I was instantly distracted by the background. I couldn't help myself. Why'd you stop?
Not only that, but we've kind of discussed in the past about doing the voice overlay. If you're going to be talking about something or whatever, do the voice overlay, show the art, get somebody hooked in that way, and then talk about it in the background. I have nothing against any of the creative team members that are out there or anything, and they want to talk about their stuff. But make sure you show that art first and foremost. That's got to be the initial hook on there. It can't be just somebody sitting up there saying, this is my work, this is my dream. Too many people are doing that. You want to do something out of the ordinary on that.
This looks like a Facebook Live, not a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign.
Right.
Video. And I think a lot of people make that mistake. I know that if I see this, if I didn't know Todd, I'd be like, okay, no, I'm not interested. Now, I might look at the project. So I'm going to ask you, would you look at the project based on the cover of the comic book? Because there was a point where he flashed the comic book. So he does show the cover, and he has Tokyo Blades. Was that enough to make you look further into it?
I would like to see it more clearly. It's kind of, again, like you said, it's like a Facebook video type thing, so you really can't see it as much. If you would have had it, you know, closer up into the screen to show it off, to, you know, do almost a full screen setup would be nice, or to do a share screen and do a video up there, something.
And remember, you guys can use OBS. OBS is a free platform. You can make great videos. I make a lot of my videos using OBS. So there's really, I mean, just do it, guys. Break down for a few minutes. I do quick. That video you saw, the intro video today for this show, the one for this particular part of our show, because we're still on the news program, that actually was done today in between doing stuff. It took me all 5 minutes. 5 minutes to cut that together. So, and again, you have the art. You have everything in the way you need it to be. Why not take advantage and do what you got to do, right?
Exactly.
So I am a little disappointed that we didn't get to see some art, because I've seen the art for the project, and he's got pretty good art. So Todd, recut a video. Show us that you can make a great video. Give us that the laser sword line. Like, I want the energy too. Like, Todd didn't have the energy on that.
Right. I mean, there's got to be, if you're going to have passion behind your work and everything, make sure you show that, especially if you're going to be on camera for even a short amount of time. Show that passion, show that energy of why you're doing this.
All right, so Pop said that book we were talking about is Game of Thrones versus meets X-Men, the first one on the show today. He's asking us about the royalty. And I'll make you a deal, Pops. If you can find out if that music was royalty-free, we'll play it again. We'll play it in entirety if you can get me that nod. And he said, so you can talk about the book if you can't play the video. We try to talk, because there are some things. We base it on the video. So what we try to do, Pops, is we still look at the video and we mute it if we can. Unless you use blatant. Like, if you use 9 Inch Nails Closer, you get kicked off the show, and I won't even promote it. But there are certain songs that fall into an area where, well, is this copyright? And I can understand that, and those are easy mistakes to make, because there's some sites that say it's copyright free, and then it's really not. It's copyright free if you use it a certain way, and it gets confusing. So I respect that. And Marv says, "Good day, folks. A little bit late, but I'm here. Welcome to the show, Marv. We can't wait till Marv's book's up on here so we can actually critique it as well." This is from, I think this is the wrong name, Rog Manin. For some reason, I think we have a misfire here. I'll get you the real name of the person behind it in a second. This ends on the September 2nd of this year. Let's check it out. I gotta get my Shazam app up just in case. Creators make me earn my paycheck today, and I don't get any paid for any of it, so I'm getting ripped off. All right, let's see.
Tell me a scary story, Mommy. One that even Daddy would be scared of. You boys need a ride? In the sky. What the hell is that thing? I'm Christopher Jerome, writer of Discordia, a new horror comic series from Dark Tidings Press. Along with my friend and longtime collaborator Patrick Burmeyer, we are asking for you to help us bring Discordia to life. This Kickstarter is raising $3,000 to produce a print run of issue 0 of Discordia, our new horror comic series. This 0 issue consists of 3 shorts that flesh out the continent of Odessa as it succumbs to the madness of war and evils far older than humanity. With a variety of covers, backer levels, and rewards, we think there is something for every horror fan and comic enthusiast in our campaign. Be warned, though, the faint of heart won't long survive in Discordia.
Now that shit was good.
That was good. Now I would make one little touch adding into that is at the very beginning, instead of going, because again, you've got to hook them and bring them in, so it's a little bit slow going in. If there would have been like a heartbeat going in the background with the stuff that was going on there, it would have been perfect timing, the way that the pictures and everything were coming up there.
Yeah, but believe it or not, that itself is actually copyrighted. You would have a lot of trouble with copyright for the beating heart.
Really? Heartbeat
Yeah.
copyrighted?
You'd be surprised how they started treating copyrights. Like I was looking into doing sounds on the show because I thought it'd be cute and funny, you know. A lot of those sounds wind up being copyrighted, and again, it's a gray area. So here's the deal: you could buy the disc, you can own the disc, but it doesn't mean you have the right to produce to put the disc out there. And a lot of people took these sounds from discs, like the old discs you'd make. And when digital media came up, it didn't catch up fast enough. So these things that are copyrighted and they're discs from like 10 years ago, they just take the sound effect disc and they put it on their computers and they start using it. And it gets confusing. Here's the problem, because some people copied that to use on their discs illegally back in the day. So computers also sometimes can't differentiate. So I could see that being maybe like, I don't know if I want to trigger a copyright problem, because we have had to worry about that. You have to basically film it on your own. So how do you film your heartbeat?
Right.
What you do, if you guys want to film a heartbeat, here's how it is. Get one of your friends in the room and tell them that the girl he's seeing said that he's pregnant and she's coming over to tell him. And then just put the phone right near his heart. You'll get a heartbeat like that. You'll get a heartbeat like that. You'll be good.
Now, speaking of horror, let's go ahead and talk about this right here. So Discordia actually has got my attention. The artwork looks like it's on point. The storyline looks like it's pretty good on there. I like the way that he set up the video on here to get your attention, and then just really hits it at the end with, you know, the elevator pitch at the end to go ahead and lock you in. I like that.
Yeah, no, they did real well. That was good. Which Patrick, by the way, Patrick Burmeyer, he's the one behind it. And I didn't know his last name, so I didn't want to say it until I got it, but he's behind this as well. So that was good, man. I'm impressed. That was a good video. Like, I didn't expect that. I'm very happy about that. Now, Pops, you were asking, how do we handle things without a video? So here's a perfect example. We don't have a video for you to share, so we're just going to look at this as the picture. So here it is. And this is where we stressed, me and Phil talked about this in the past. Your tagline is so important. So now we're judging your entire project at this moment on a tagline, and it's Yuli's Vision issue 3. Join us for the 3rd installment of Yuli's Vision. What's Yuli's Vision? Let's go. We're not even a sizzle today, Phil. I couldn't even get a sizzle.
All I'm getting off of this is with Yule's Vision is she looks like an owl with boobs who's a superhero. That's what I'm getting off of this.
Yeah, but the boobs already, we have a winner. She looks hot. She does look hot. So like, and you know what? We're teasing them, but I bet you they've made money. I know. Even with that, I bet you that. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. $500 goal made $3,500 goal made $35,000. So what do I know? This show's canceled. I'm packing up my bags. I'm going to go find another industry to be part of.
Yeah, but I also know who the artists are on this, so I know how they're getting up to that point because the artists have such a huge following. So for them to pop out covers for this, yeah, they were going to make their money.
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't have to give a shit about it. It's true. Sometimes you just don't have to care about playing by other people's rules. I've got such a great cast, I can put that as my title. But I do stress this. There are people you're going to lose. By doing it this way, you have just lost a certain demographic of people who will be like, I don't know anything about this. I'm done. You know, fully funded in 7 minutes. Does that ever get you to go, oh my God, I need that book? Because I've never cared about that. That's just me. I see that and I'm like, oh, so you don't need my help. Cool. Good for you. You know?
I like to see it just to see that people are succeeding, but I don't want that to be the baseline for why I should even be looking at it in the first place. So it should have some other tagline up there and then say fully funded in whatever time frame or whatever. There needs to be something to draw me in more so than just I can make the money without you. It almost looks like that.
And also a little bit of, and I hope they're watching because I want you guys to hear me when I say this. Be careful about putting free giveaways in your stuff. If Kickstarter sees that, they can kick you off their platform.
Yes.
You have to put added incentives, use wording like that. You are not allowed to give giveaways on that. So please, please, I stress this, be very careful and mindful of your wording because if the Kickstarter winds up seeing that, you can be taken off. I don't think they will for this, but like you have to watch the wording. I've seen other campaigns get hit with things, so please be mindful of that. But great project. And because we teased them a little bit, I do want to show that there was a lot more to this Kickstarter. I deliberately knew some of this, so they talk a lot about it. And I stress this again, and here are the covers we were talking about. Sometimes it's not just about the video. This show is an entertainment part of the show. We want to talk about the Kickstarter, so we want to and Indiegogos. So we had to find a clever way to get you guys to sit and watch with us, and it's our reactions to get you going. But a lot of these actually have a lot of in-depth information on their Kickstarters themselves. So that's why I wanted to take this time and just acknowledge that with this campaign, because I see how well they're doing, and I wanted to give them the love they deserve, but also prove out the point that, hey, if we just judge this by a cover, and we know that happens a lot, there might not have been a lot of traction. So they're doing fantastic, though. We congratulate them. They even got some naughty prints. And who doesn't like to be naughty? And we're going to move on as soon as we're done. Now, that's a good one. That cover right there, that's a pretty good cover. I like it. Especially that one. I want to know all about Willow. I want to know all about Willow now. So definitely check it out. It's on Kickstarter. I think we said until the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I'm sorry, August 28th. I think this is out of place. Yeah, it's a little out of place. I'll fix that later. I had to rebuild all of this because while I was gone for my mother's passing and the funeral and all that, all the campaigns had slowly dwindled away. And I do want to say this. This is breaking news. Indie creators came back, man. There's a lot of projects on suddenly. I was bitching and moaning before everything happened and I shut down for a couple weeks to deal with the family crisis. I came back and I'm like, oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So much energy, so much great stuff going on. I'm a big fan. All right, here we go. This is the Sapphire Spectre, and this is not by Todd Black. Obviously, there was a coding error. So my site is using these new block things from WordPress, and we're not getting along.
This is actually JT Malloy.
Yeah, I'm going to fix it right now. I have it open in the background. But this is Sapphire Spectre. We're also going to get the link in there. So you guys watch the video. I'm going to fix it in the background. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that we need Shazam on that. Don't let me down, dude.
Hi.
Oh.
Quick introduction. My name is Sylvia Sloan, but some may know me by another name. Gotcha. That's right. Sapphire Spectre. Now, if you don't know who I am, I guess it's time for the old elevator pitch. When I was just a bit younger, I was murdered by a demon. Fate gave me a second chance. and I gain the ability to die whenever I want, become my own ghost, fight evil spirits, and return to my body in time to catch my best friend's band play. So those are the basics, but the main story in this first issue is an intriguing one. It takes place in a real haunted hotel in my hometown of Chicago. The special edition has 2 extra tales as well. It is action-packed, scary, and a little funny. My stories are always full of equal parts darkness and color. I mean, why have scares without some laughs? So I'm really, really hoping to make Kickstarter the new home for Sapphire Spectre, and I hope you all come along for the ride. The good news is JT's already done drawing and writing not just this issue, but several others ahead of time. And the better news is all the crazy rewards. We've got a ton of truly dazzling variant covers done by some amazing and noteworthy indie comic creators and all kinds of other cool swag and surprises. And best of all, it's all shipped in Gemini mailers. I really hope you guys like the Sapphire Spectre and that you'll join us on this new venture. I promise it's going to be a blast. Now, my adventures are going to take some crazy twists and turns down the line, but aside from all the rewards, that's all I want. My story told to you. So support us and rock on. JT, do kids still do rock on?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so I did fix it in the background. What were your thoughts, and I'll tell you mine.
So I know what it's based on. There's an 8-minute mini movie that was done with Sapphire Spectre, so I know that's where the cosplayer came from. So I like that he actually implemented her in the video, and then to have her in the background speaking while they were showing off the art and doing things, and then kind of pitching in the movie as well. The book itself, like the artwork and everything, looks on point. I love it. I love the coloring and the way that it's done. The storyline seems like it's pretty interesting with that. It's got my attention.
And this is by Justin Stab. And why does it say Jacob Stern? I don't. Is it Jacob?
No, it's JT Malloy.
Yeah, I was gonna say something went wrong on this copy and paste. Oh, copy and paste! You let me down today. How dare you? But yeah, Dustin is part of it. I know that because he's the one who shared it to us and gave us the permission to do it. So we're fixing that right now. But I liked it. I just thought that when I went out to the sales pitch, I lost interest. But that's nothing against them because then that's the point where I would naturally look it up on my own. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the video is fantastic. I would have liked to see a lot more art because I'm a huge art like Demon Phil here. It's all for us. It's about the art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, that's something I'm going to look to back myself actually, because I also like goth chicks. So you know, you had me at that. You had me at that. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a goth chick. So, all right. So we have updated it to represent the right names because this new blockchain thing, whatever they're using WordPress, is really bothersome. This is Thomas Ryan's presents The Average Joe 1 and 2, a super powered joyride. So let's go for a joyride. All right, guys. All right, I'm just gonna turn on our French Shazam. See where. I want to see if we get a problem. All right, we're getting something here, so I'm going to have to... We'll just play the rest of the video, and I'll look it up outside of this. Because especially if it's just music, it's probably faster for us to ignore the music and talk about it. So what do you think so far from what you see in Demon Phil?
I want to. Is this the actual finished product or is this the roughs? I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out so far on what's going on with this.
It has to be the roughs. This just because I can see some blue lines every so often.
Right.
So, but again, we're assuming now. So now you've made us assume in this. You could have put up a sign, a quick sign that said preview images, work in progress.
Right. Because there's some inks. So I'm just.
Oh wait! We're back. So let's hear what he is.
Average guy living in a superhero system.
All right, man.
Magic you can. an average guy living in a superhero society. After an unfortunate run-in with the #1 hero of the Shield, Max decides to take the hero work into his own hands and get in on some good old vigilante justice. This campaign will accomplish two things. The first thing that it will accomplish.
Okay, one question. Isn't the Shield copyrighted?
That's what I thought.
We might have to reach out to him and actually ask him about that. So
Yeah.
we're going to pause right here just for clarification, because the character, the Shield, is actually, as far as I understand, and I've actually got an issue of Shield. He was a character, and it's Marvel that the Shield comes from. If I'm not mistaken. No, it was DC, wasn't it?
It was, I think it was Marvel, actually, I believe. I can't remember.
I can't remember if it was DC mocking Marvel, but I mean, he's got a Marvel poster in the background. But I mean, I thought I saw, when I saw the character, I was like, is that who I think it is? So I did see it while I was fixing. I'm even fixing things in the background, and it caught me instantly. Like, that looks familiar to me. I don't know. We're gonna have to investigate this one, guys. We're gonna have to reach out. He might just have picked a bad name for a character, because the Shield is something copyrighted. He might just not be aware, because that character hasn't been around in a little bit.
Yeah, Shield is DC.
Yeah, I thought it was DC. It was DC clowning Marvel. Yeah. Yep. And that was back 87, if you have it up?
I just had it here. Let me see. That is 88.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're going to have to pause right now, and we'll get with him, and we'll see, and we'll update you guys maybe tomorrow on the news. So we're going to temporarily end that and go over to the Seer Chronicles, Family Matters. Come join us for the next adventure of the Seer Chronicles. We're releasing issue number 2 along with a completely remastered issue number 1. All right. So this isn't copyrighted music, but again, because we can just talk over it. So all it is music, right?
Yeah, I'm just watching. I like the art. I like the way it's set up.
Remember, if you need a voice actor, I know a guy. I do think not having a voiceover, though, does take away from it. And I don't like the fact that they try to make these things motion, because a comic book's not motion.
Right.
That's just a personal thing. I'm not saying you can't do it. I know some people dig it. I'm just not. I like stationary art, so I can really look at it, look at the lines. Because like you, I'm sure you start staring at the lines, you look at the colors. You really want to soak in it. But I think it's a good video otherwise. It reminds me of Toonami a little bit. When Toonami starts on Cartoon Network.
Right.
I mean, that was good. That was good. I mean, good video. Just, if you need a voiceover actor, just reach out. Well, maybe we can hook you up with someone. I think that was pretty good. We were able to sit through it, so we're going to move on. So again, this is Raj, right?
Yes, this is Raj Mahan.
Yeah, here we go. So this is you know something about this, so.
Yes,
is there any copyright problem?
That I do not know. I mean, anymore. Like I said, I didn't know heartbeats were copyrighted, so I know nothing.
All right, let's see. Let's see if there's trouble for us to have. We're good. But again, since there's only music, we can talk over it.
But I do like the fact that it's got an upbeat tempo, so as you're going along, you see my head's just, I'm going with the beat, but I'm reading the whole time because it's keeping me engaged in it.
There we go.
Now, I will say that the bios and everything are great to go ahead and get into it and all, but show more of that art, because I know there is some amazing art in this thing, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. But I want to see more of the actual artwork. So the bios are good to get some backstory, and that could be a secondary video down the line, but you want to have something that's up there that just shows that sizzle all over there, because there's all kinds of sizzle on this book.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if it draws your attention, that's all that really matters, right?
Exactly. But the way that the music's on there, I like the choice that they went with. It's very upbeat. It gets you going. It gets you interested. It gets you interactive and engaged. And it's a short video. Thank you very much for listening on that. Don't do an 8-minute video or anything like that. There's no need. Just get that hook in there and get them to where they want to go ahead and start scrolling down. I will say that this is a success in doing that. I mean, you've got the bios, yes, but the music alone and being able to go through the whole video makes it where you now want to scroll through at the bottom and say, okay, which tier am I getting?
Yep. And I know music's hard, guys. I get it. It's not always easy to get the right music. And, well, especially for the projects we want, you have to kind of try to match the tempo. So we're not trying to give everyone trouble. We just have to follow the law. You know, that pesky little thing that gets people pulling us over for speeding. You know, I never got a speeding ticket till 2020. That's what I'm saying. 2020 is horrible. First speeding ticket. Avoiding the cops for decades. I mean, never speeding for decades. I just had to pee. All right, so this is from Benjamin Slabak. Yeah, I think that's it. Slabak. This is Exilium, the hit sci-fi series returns for season 2. Every time I see this, I see Orville.
Exactly.
Like, instantly my mind goes to Orville. So I'm instantly interested because I love Orville. Again, not a huge fan of these beginning things. All right, we're not getting any sound, so we can talk over it. I like the art.
The art is good, and I also like, even though they're doing the captions on there, they're doing the captions that get your attention. They're not just your basic text captions that go down at the bottom. I like that.
Yeah, it's a well put together video.
It's not the animated style. It's more of they're just throwing a bunch of art at you, which is great, so that way you can see what they've got going. The storyline looks like it's pretty decent that's set up in there. I like the way that I like what I'm seeing so far.
I don't know why the new setup gives us a lot of that lack at the bottom, but it frames it nicely, so I'll take it. Maybe we'll start playing these from Kickstarter. We used to do that itself, check out the Kickstarter page itself. I stopped doing it because a little bit of an, I'll get your opinion on this. I feel like if a campaign's struggling, it makes people pause. I don't want them to judge by how much money they made, but this looks awesome. This looks fun. This looks like something that I would definitely enjoy. Like you said, a well put together video. That's one of the better videos I've seen in a long time. So it's actually a good class of crowdfunding here. Like, really impressed by what we got going on. So we don't have an actual video for this because it's the business of independent comic book publishing. I actually kind of agree with not having a video almost for this, because this is textile information. This is something that if you're a creator, you should be watching today. Thomas Ryan says, yeah, a lot has changed since the video. Oh, Thomas, tell us what's changed. Let us know. Update us.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know. Give us the information. Give us the scoop, my man. let us know so we can get out the information there. So we'll get you that information soon, everybody. Thomas is going to fill us in on what's changed since that video. Maybe someone else had pointed out what we saw. I'm sure we're not the only ones who were like, wait a minute. That sounds like someone I know. Now, did you know about Scott Snyder and Tony Daniels' book?
I saw that. It's got my attention. I've got it on my radar so far.
This is red hot. Ooh, I think I might have been able to get it to go really big now. How cool is that? That will be nice. Let's watch the. Let's like full theater now. All right, here we go. Oh, come on. What just happened? Gosh darn it, as our friend would say. We're having. Okay, here we go. I heard his voice.
I've been working in comics for about 10 years now. I'm mostly known for my DC work on Batman and creator-owned series like American Vampire and Witches. But this year, I'm really excited to be making a more committed return to creator-owned books. That's books that we make ourselves. And I'm so thrilled that the first book in that series is going to be this one, Nocturnal. It's a book that's lived in my mind for a long time, and Tony and I have been working on it for the better part of a year. As a kid, I always had this like deathly fear of the dark. And then when I saw my own kid kind of going through the same thing, the idea just hit me one night. I was like, what about a world?
Why are you posting?
I haven't seen anything. I saw the name of the book. I want to see some artwork. I want to see something.
Wait for it. This one we're going to let play because there's something so cool about this book.
Okay.
So I think this is just him talking to his fans and warming them up to something that's different. And you have you read my books? I know I sent them to you. Did you read them?
Oh, yeah.
So you'll understand why I think this is so cool when you see what he's doing in here. You'll be like, oh, I see why Rob likes this idea. Because there's something he does that I think is awesome.
Plunged into an eternal night, into darkness, and a darkness that's
your art.
Even scarier because it changes anything that stays in it too long into a shade, a monstrous kind of twisted form. So our main character in the series, her name is Valentina Val Riggs, and she's a ferryman in this world, which means she hauls people from town to town, these lit up outposts, and driving along these deadly shade-infested dark roads. And as a kid, she had terrible cataracts, so she had really bad vision, and she almost lived in darkness. And so she had surgery to correct it when she was a girl, but she is now kind of using those skills she learned as a child to navigate this crazy nighttime that everyone's stuck in. And she's really badass. She drives this 18-wheeler, and it's all armed with weaponized lights and all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. It's a big, high-octane thriller, and she's the perfect character to helm it.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony Daniel. Scott Snyder and I have created a new comic book. It's, I think, my best work ever, and Scott has such an imagination. So together we come up with this crazy new ongoing series. So we're just super happy to work with each other and to be able to get this into your hands. So thank you for helping us do that.
We really wanted this campaign to be all about connection. I miss connections with fans on every level. This campaign is really designed to allow us to reconnect with our fans at a time when real life circumstances are just driving us all apart. These additions to the book, they're really special because it's just art and script. So there won't be those balloons. It's not lettered. They're black and white, so you get to see Tony's amazing pencils and inks. You'll see my words in the script, and sometimes the descriptions of what's happening will be different than what you actually see. All of that is what this book is about. It's about seeing how something like this gets made and feeling a part of it. The different tiers are essentially we'll have a soft cover, unsigned black and white version that's script and art, and then we'll have a hardcover version for not much more than that that's signed. Every tier is meant to give you access to us. We're doing a lot of videos about how we make the book, about Tony's process for designs. I'm going to do a class about first issue.
They give you access, basically, to some stuff. And I suggest watching more. We're running out of time. This is more pitch at this point, so I'll stop it here. But how cool is that? Like, I was blown away. I love Scott Snyder. He's like, I've met him in person, very humble guy. Thanked me for the questions I asked, because I always ask about his indie stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to, like, go steal or something to be able to afford, like, the better version of the book. Because this is one I want in my collection. Because I love the fact he came back to where he began. In indie comics, and that's so awesome. I wanted to make sure that we get hybrids in though too today. Have you seen this video?
I have, and actually have all the books too.
All right, we're gonna have to see. But did you see what I meant about how like I would appreciate the things he was doing with the way I've created some of my books?
Right. I just within the 10 to 12 seconds type thing, I wanted to see some art in there. That was the only thing. So it seemed like you just kept going. Now, had you not said anything, I would have just scrolled to something else at that point. So it's really good to have something to throw out there at least.
I think what a lot of people is, and I'll admit it, I'm a fanboy of Scott Snyder. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, Scott Snyder. So I'll own it. I'll sit through 30 seconds of him just talking. I'll sit through I've never paid to be at a panel except for his and Greg Capulte's and David Tennant. Those are the only panels I've ever paid to be part of. And I did the David Tennant one because he was donating the money to charity. So, and Scott Snyder and Greg Capulte, I always say his name wrong. They're awesome. I love going to their panels. So, all right, this is our boy. This is Terraform's first release. This is Hybrid.
Several major religions across the globe recount a similar story about angels, or sons of God, who take mortal brides. These unholy unions produce a creature known as the Nephilim. Stories of the Nephilim predate the first known writings of the Greek gods by nearly 1,500 years. Many experts believe that the tales found in Greek mythology are actually just exaggerations of the real-life Nephilim. With so much of history pointing to the reality of this event, what if the Nephilim really existed? Our modern knowledge of DNA tells us that it is possible to pass down a fraction of that angelic DNA to their offspring, and that it is possible for people today to be walking around with this hybrid DNA. So, what if something happened to awaken that dormant trait? Unlike other dormant traits that leave you red hair and blue eyes, this trait, if awoken, may give you the power to lift buildings, or teleport, or even control things with your mind. In hybrids, the sons of gods, that is exactly what happens. Seemingly out of nowhere, people begin developing godlike abilities. However, they vanish after they develop these powers. It takes a small band of intrepid heroes with a very personal connection to these events to unearth who is taking these people, why they are being taken, and where they are being.
Go for it.
So, like I said, I own the books. I got them from Luke and everything, and I actually have a review that is way overdue, but I was moving and everything. I apologize, Luke. So I know what the storyline is and everything. I'm going to say right now, I know that if you pop out a faster elevator pitch to go ahead and get started on this and get people hooked, the music is good because it's upbeat. It's got the tempo to go ahead and keep you going and all. But it kind of lost me because they started showing the same artwork a couple of times over, and then the storyline just kept going. It's like he's telling the entire story in there. I just want to know the basics, the sizzle that's in there to go ahead and get me to where I want to get this book more than anything else. And I know he's got the material in there to do that. So I just want to see more of that in the video.
I think it's harder, though, in fairness for those watching. It's a trade. Trades, you have to cover so much ground so quickly. I actually thought this video was rather good. There's even a point where he goes into actually auditoring about things. We are at a time, though. We have to wrap up the show. Definitely check out Hybrids. It's a Terraform book. Great video. He's got some stuff at the thing. We apologize for Jeff Ryder because we didn't get to Major Holmes and Captain Watson. We'll get to that next week. Roger Bonnet and Martinez. We're going to get to your Best Commandos Volume 1 next week. Indiegogo On Demand has Cat Dad and Supermom. It has God's Hands, which is still available. It has The Epics of Ink and Do. It has Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog #2, J.D. Calderon's The Oswald Chronicles are still there. Remember, the power of a single dollar, just a single dollar, can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creator and the creative team behind the book. Just $1 helps create creators. Helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding, now on Amazon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Say goodbye, Phil.
Goodbye. Catch